So now we're in the woods, and the woods are very important because it's part of your land and it's a major component of the ecosystem. It's also probably the longest consideration as far as the age of life is going to take place in the woods. So anyway, looking at the woods, you want to look for a diversity of trees and plants, things that are on the ground supporting the undergrowth, but more importantly, well, it's all very important, but the trees themselves, you want to look for a diversity of species. You want to also look for a variety of different ages. That's what creates a healthy community. And if we go back in here, we'll see where there was a lot of destruction. Actually, not destruction, it's actually nature just running its course. A lot of pines have come down back in here, and what that means is it's just a succession. The pines run their course. They are xerophobic. They don't like other things growing around them. So what you have is the trees have come down, and then it's created an opening up in the upper canopy for the deciduous trees, which are now moving in to take their place. And that's a very healthy succession. That's the kind of thing that I couldn't, that would be ideal in a piece of wood. So we happen to have that here, so that's a great situation to look for. But the most important thing is the diversity. You just want a variety of different things going on in the forest. You want various different, the vines climbing on the trees are muscadines. What that represents is symbiotic relationship with the trees. If you've got other things, here's a post oak. That's a nice plant to have at the edge of the forest. Now we're going to move out here into the field. And moving into the field is very important place because, of course, that's where your growing area is. Now this is a lower field, and looking at the lower field, again, we want to look for a variety of different things growing out here. This is the winter time, so this field just recently got cut. Hay hasn't been gathered off of it, so it's really not the best time to look at it, but I'll just give you an idea. In looking at the field, again, you want to look for a variety of plants growing in your field. We have a lot of grasses. Grasses are good. If you know anything about biodynamics, you know that grasses are an important component of silica. And you also want dicotyledons. We're also looking for plants that will leguminous plants or soil builders, and wildflowers. That's very important for the biology. And here we have a lot of dead goldenrod growing at the edge of the woods. So that's important for creating a habitat. They attract a lot of pollinators. They provide food for the bees. They also attract a lot of beneficial insects. The other thing you can do is along the edge of see here, this is a fairly unhealthy because it has a lot of non-natives. It has privet. Privet's kind of a nasty plant. Doesn't really belong here. It doesn't come from here. I believe it originates in Europe, and so doesn't serve any purpose here. But you want to go along the edge of the trees, and well, we're going to get into this later. We're going to talk about insects, but that's where we stand as far as the woods and how they transition into the field.